So we have a lot of things to update you on. So we have left trail, obviously. We did 800 miles. It was great and horrible and amazing and hard and all of the things. And really still haven't quite finished processing that or fully wrapping my mind around all of that. I think it'll take some time. Also, my knees still aren't over it.
I'm Carly, and this is Brady. In early 2020, we sold our house and most of our possessions and took our first big leap into living our vagabond dreams. We recently hiked 800 miles of the Appalachian Trail, and now we are purchasing a sailboat to start sailing around the world, all while capturing a creative journal of the journey. We hope to inspire you to live your own dreams. Subscribe, and thanks for watching.
We left trail. We went back to Oklahoma to visit family and friends.
Happy birthday, come out here. Cute.
Good morning. We have been having breakfast, drinking coffee, though I still need to get mine, and doing a bit of research into where to buy a boat, how to get a loan, where we should register, so where we should be living and all of that, which Brady has more to tell you on that for sure. And yeah, there's a lot of things to consider. It's a little bit overwhelming, but I think you've been using forums to help.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot of forums on boat loans and cruising with a loan and that sort of thing. The general consensus is that it's best to have a primary residence on shore of some kind, and then your cruising boat will be for cruising purposes until you can finish paying off the loan. And then if you want to then be full-time on the boat, you can get rid of your primary residence on shore. Registering the boat, there are several different types of taxes that I'm learning about that there's of course sales tax. Whenever you purchase a boat, you will be paying sales tax potentially, depending on what state that you are buying the boat in / registering the boat with.
Yeah.
And the sales tax happens when you register the boat. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to move the boat wherever, but you've got to register the boat in a state somewhere. And so a lot of people like to register their boat in like specifically Delaware, because they are a state with no sales tax. And then the second type of tax that you would be looking at is paying yearly personal property tax or personal luxury tax on a yacht. And from what we can find, Delaware also does not have personal property tax on vehicles. Now I will want to call the tax commissions in that specifically Delaware, just to verify that if we are going to move to, say, that state and register a boat there, that we will not be having to pay yearly taxes or sales tax on that. But just verify with the local tax commissions and stuff like that before we jump into it. So lots more research to be done.
Yes.
Calling people, talking to them on the phone, getting answers, that sort of thing.
Yep.
Same with lenders, like borrowing money can be a hurdle. And so what I'm probably actually going to do is start by calling several brokers and just talking with them on the phone, just to find out, their experience with people buying a boat, how much to expect that we need to put down as a down payment, that sort of thing.
Yep.
All that stuff.
Probably want to talk to a broker sooner rather than later, just so they can be guiding us through this process.
Yep.
Because this is definitely a whole new world for us, not something we've done before. Brady has bought a house before, so you know, obviously from that perspective, but no, we've never bought a boat before, and so we should talk to somebody who obviously knows that process really well, and they know boats really well. So that's something we probably will be doing sooner rather than later, even though we're not quite ready. Like, we're still here in Oklahoma, but just so we have somebody that we're in contact with for figuring those things out and what to look for and that sort of thing. And finding also a broker that is not
sketchy.
Yeah, because that's like a universal thing people agree on, is boat brokers are sketchy. So we're gonna find a good one out there, and yeah, keep you posted. That's just kind of what we're doing right now. Figured we'd hop on here, kind of add a blurb to take you through this process. So
Hello and welcome to the first episode of Secret Life of Flowers. I'm Carlie, not a botanist, just an artist obsessed with all things flowers, especially the language of flowers, and here to share with all of you flower lovers out there.
hello, good afternoon, not morning. We are been productive today. So far, going through boxes of things that we've still got left, things that we were planning to take to New Zealand, which obviously isn't happening anymore. Going through those, going through electronics, looking for computers and hard drives and all of that stuff, iPad.
We washed all of our clothes from trail.
Yes.
And
yes.
So I've been going through all of our clothes and sorting, because we had saved a bunch of clothes that we were going to take to New Zealand with us.
Bunch, not a bunch.
I say a bunch.
Yeah.
A bunch to us
yeah.
is like 4 or 5 items.
Yeah.
So I've got 4 or 5. I've got like 4 pairs of.
You kept your pants because they were nice
quality.
pants. Yeah.
But we've been sorting through the clothes after everything got washed, and I've been making a pile of winter stuff, like fall winter stuff, and then a summery like shorts and tank tops and t-shirts bag. That way everything's sorted,
organized, kind
all
of.
the hiking specific clothes I've been putting into a hiking bucket tub. But also part of being like done hiking, finishing the trail, and moving more into like looking for a sailboat and stuff like that. Is that we both want to continue trying to lose weight and be healthier. So for lunch today,
let's show you lunch.
This is my delicious salad. So it is spinach, arugula, black beans, black olives, and then the dressing is salsa, which we made for dinner last night. And
the tomatoes and the jalapenos.
Yeah, the tomatoes and the jalapenos and the salsa were grown in Robbie, which is my mother-in-law, Brady's mom's backyard. So fresh from the garden.
Yep.
And then over here,
mine is, I've got some iceberg lettuce and spinach and arugula, mainly the iceberg lettuce because mom has like 5 heads of lettuce and I'm trying to use that before they go bad. Black olives, black beans, a little bit of black beans because I'm not a huge fan of beans, and some grilled chicken that's just like diced up with a little bit of avocado lime ranch dressing, like half a packet of that, and then salsa, and then jalapeno dill pickle.
So.
And water. I'm having water.
Yeah, I'm having a nice drink.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's part of we would like to continue to lose weight, and especially because I gained most of mine back. Good old lime. So yeah, that is what's happening today. These are our lunches for the next however long the food lasts. And
I don't know what we're doing this afternoon.
No idea.
We'll figure it out as we go.
Yep.
More sorting.
Sorry. More sorting and going through stuff. Yeah.
Hey everybody, we are getting ready to call Zach who is a guy who works for a marine lender. Going to find out some information about loans, how we get the loan, what that process looks like.
Yeah.
Just try to get some advice. So, got his number from Larry,
Our broker.
our broker. So, and give him a call. Hopefully, he answers on the first try. Hello.
Hi, this is Zach.
Hey Zach, this is Brady London. I got your phone number from Larry Schaefer over at Just Catamarans.
Sure.
Hey, and he said that you are the man to talk to about potentially getting a loan for a sailboat. All right, so we just got off the phone with Zach from the Marine Lending Company, and basically it was
discouraging.
Yeah, it was very discouraging. Basically, we can't buy a sailboat right now.
No. At least a year.
They said, yeah, a year. So the issue is that because we have been hiking the Appalachian Trail this year, we don't have
We can't show stability.
Yeah, we can't show stability. So a mortgage or a lending company won't lend us money. The next step, even though like we've got income and stuff like that, we don't have bank statements. I mean, pay stubs. That's what he said. Pay stubs. And things like that. So we are going to have to figure that out.
Yep.
Also, we can't get insurance because an insurance company won't insure the boat because we don't have enough sailing experience, which is understandable. They will require a captain to be on board.
Yeah, basically he said your ASA certifications mean nothing.
Yep. So even though we did the whole week-long course to get ASA certified, he said they
mean nothing.
They mean nothing to the insurance companies.
And he said, you can't get a loan without insurance, and you can't get insurance without a captain.
Or prior experience.
Yeah, or a lot of prior experience.
And you can't get prior experience unless you
own a
boat.
It's like a circle.
Yeah, it's like a big catch-22 situation where you
Basically, it was really discouraging.
Yeah, it was very discouraging.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to figure out what to do next.
And the apartment we were looking at, we found out was a scam this morning. So it's been a deflating day.
It's been a very frustrating day. There might be margaritas in our future. So, back to the drawing board on this whole sailing thing.
Yeah.
But hey,
it's not going away.
It's not going away. Yeah, we're definitely going to do this sailing thing. We just got to figure out how to do it. So if any of you have a boat and you need some crew,
let us know.
Let us know. But otherwise, we're going to start looking for probably an apartment somewhere near the coast.
Yep.
Near some sort of sailing club, so that we can work and go sailing through the sailing club and get sailing experience, and hopefully also generate enough income sometime over the next 6 months that we may not have to go get a loan
at all. Yeah.
We'll just bust our butts to work and keep trying to generate more profits through our online businesses as well as investments and that kind of thing. Yeah, and so it's been frustrating today, but such it is as it is.
Spent, I think it was 3 weeks there, and then we packed up our car with almost everything we own. There's still a few things that just wouldn't fit, and we moved to Miami Beach, Florida.
What's up, everybody? We are in... Where are we?
We're in Miami.
Yeah.
Miami Beach, Florida.
South Beach, Miami, Florida right now. We're staying at an Airbnb for the next couple of days as we try to look at some apartments.
Yeah.
So we're trying to move to Miami Beach area.
Yep.
So we literally packed up the car.
Yeah.
A few days ago with everything we own.
Yeah, almost everything we own.
Yeah, there's a few tubs of like
toys.
Toys from when we were kids at my mom's house, but basically packed up everything we own
Yeah.
and
I
have.
forgot the mixer.
There was no room for the mixer.
I just remembered that. Anyway, yeah.
So my arm's getting tired holding the camera.
Already.
Yeah, my arms are weak.
Needs to do some push-ups.
That's probably true. So we are moving to Miami
Yes.
because we want to learn how to sail. Well, we already kind of know how to sail. We want to get more experience sailing.
Yep.
So we are moving down here to live closer to some sailing clubs.
Yep.
And at this point, we're trying to schedule viewings for apartments.
Yeah.
And that's proving difficult.
Nobody answers the
Yeah.
phone, which I can't judge for that because
You don't answer the phone.
I don't either. If you call me,
Yeah.
I'm not going to answer the phone.
True.
Unless you leave voicemail and I know that you're an actual person calling me.
Right.
Because
But
nobody calls me.
Well, and I'm sure realty companies get spam phone calls all the time.
Everybody does.
And
yeah.
but if your job is to communicate about apartments,
You would
then
think you would answer the phone.
communicate. I don't know. It's just annoying because you like constantly leaving voicemails, having to like call them over and over and over just to get them to answer the phone.
Yeah, and they don't.
And they don't. So we've got like 2 viewings scheduled for today, maybe more. And yeah, we walked around town a little bit earlier. Went and got breakfast.
Yep, breakfast
And coffee. And but yeah, so
Yep.
we're gonna have to, because we don't have jobs yet. We're probably gonna have to put a sizable payment down on the apartment, like potentially pay up to like 6 months worth of,
or all of it.
or all of it, for the full year, for the full lease. We're not really sure.
Yeah.
But people really like having proof of employment and proof of income, and thankfully we do have. We're a little bit, well, in better shape because we can pay for things up front.
Yeah, we can pay for the whole year.
Yeah. So that's the plan right now is view.
Because of flipping our house.
Right. Yeah, because of flipping
we
the
are
house.
not just
Right.
wealthy.
Yeah, no, because we spent the
nothing
last
like that.
4 years
Flipping our house.
It's a side project and saving up money and paying off debt and all that kind of thing.
Just to clarify.
Yeah. So we are now in the process of trying to find an apartment, and yeah, it's interesting. It's going to be a totally different lifestyle for us.
Yeah.
Everybody, I say everybody, people like to dream of quitting their job, selling everything out, moving to a new city and starting over, and
most people don't do it.
Most people don't do it, but that's what we're doing.
Yeah, here we are.
Sold most of what we own and moving to a new city.
Yep.
Don't know anybody who lives here except
No.
each other.
Yep.
And yeah, that's the plan.
Give you a quick little view. So we have moved into, well, we started off in an Airbnb for a couple of days. And we're apartment shopping like mad. Then we moved into another Airbnb while we waited for paperwork to go through and things of that sort. And then it's a nightmare. It's a mess. It is just like so many things you have to go through, so many people you have to get approval from, and it was like, I don't know, talking to 5 different groups of people.
Yeah, something like that.
For one very small apartment. So, yesterday we pulled out our offer and we decided, no, we are not going to spend 12 plus thousand.
It would have been 15,000.
A minimum of 15,000 for a year of not including utilities or internet or anything like that, for living in an apartment for a year. Instead, we are just going to buy a smaller, less expensive sailboat. So that's where we are now. We moved into a new Airbnb because our other one ended this morning. So we've now moved into this Airbnb for a month. We'll give you a little tour here in a bit, and we're now looking for boats. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's happening. It's pretty exciting.
We also got an email from, so we took our lessons for the ASA, American Sailing Association. We took our classes for those certifications through Blue Water Sailing School, and so I had reached out to them to ask them if they had any opportunities for sailing or knew of any decent boats on the market, that kind of thing, what they recommended,
crew,
that sort of thing. But any
options,
crew opportunities that they might know about, that kind of thing. They sent us an email back a few days ago and said they were needing some crew to move one of their boats from Fort Lauderdale, Florida to St. Thomas in
next month.
Next month in the U.S. Virgin Islands. And so they asked if we wanted to, both of us wanted to be crew on that boat.
And we said yes, sign us up.
Yeah, and so we have committed to crewing to move a boat from Fort Lauderdale to St. Thomas. We don't get paid for it.
No. But we also don't have to pay for it,
but we also
except for getting back.
Yeah, we do have to pay to get back. But we get experience sailing with a very knowledgeable, experienced captain on a ocean passage.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, it'll be 1,100 nautical miles, and it will take anywhere from 8 to 14 days. So, be really exciting, awesome, good experience. Personally, I would like to have bought a boat before we go, just because then we don't have to find storage for our stuff or our car or anything like that. We can move everything onto the boat. We have joined Coconut Grove Sailing Club as another way to get more sailing experience. We will be going out to a race event there tomorrow, and so we can pay to moor our boat there while we're gone. So yeah, I would like to find and purchase a boat before we leave next month. But there's no telling how that's gonna go. And we do have this Airbnb for the month until November 14th.
Yep.
So, which is the tentative estimate day to leave on our passage to St. Thomas.
Yep. I would like to have more experience on a boat. Granted, we have yet to sail, either one of us, on a monohull.
No, that's not true.
Okay.
I have sailed a, it was probably 10-foot monohull a few times when I was 15. So, there's that.
Okay, so neither one of us have sailed on a monohull in the ocean. And so we have no idea what to look for, what we like, what we are going to want in an ocean-going monohull boat, which is what we're going to have, which is all that we can afford. We can't look at catamarans anymore. We have to look at monohulls. So everything that we are going to be researching is going to be based on other people's opinions, other people's experience on what is a good boat, what makes a good boat, without us knowing anything. But the flip side of that is that because we are buying a smaller monohull, it's going to be cheaper. It won't cost us as much money to get into.
We will purchase it outright from the beginning.
Yeah, we won't have to have a mortgage on it, so there won't be any issues there. That means we could also, if we don't like the boat after a year, we could put it back up on the market. Potentially lose some money in that transaction of buying the boat and then maybe having to sell it a little cheaper later. But potentially not. We might be able to sell it for around the same price that we buy it for. We don't really know. We will have to do some maintenance. We will have to do some upgrades, that kind of thing, to whatever boat we buy. But that being said, it's not as a risky of an investment, and we potentially won't lose as much money as we would, say, just renting an apartment for the next year. On the flip side is also with that is that we are going to be living on the boat, which makes having jobs more difficult. So we are going to have to find alternative income sources, or find some marinas that we could work part-time or near the coast, that kind of thing. Just because we are going to deplete a lot of our resources to buy the boat. Not all of them, but a lot of them to buy the boat. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting experience. And I don't want to rush it. I know Carly wants to get on a boat as soon as possible. I want to find a boat that is a good deal, but also not like, I want it to be right the first time. I want to get it right.
Well, yeah, definitely, but I still would like it to happen more quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we are worth, we're due for catching a break on something. I think we're due for that. That's just me personally, though, obviously.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and I know we are not the only ones feeling that way in 2020. So
Yep.
there is that.
Yep.